Hi friends, we will now read a poem about a wise person and a well-wisher. You may come across several wise people in your life, but they may not be well-wishers. There may be some well-wishers, but they may not be wise people. So such a situation is mentioned here. So we'll read the poem, I will explain the poem, and then I will explain if there is any grammar, any point of grammar, then we will close reading the poem. We'll read the poem now. Manishinas santi nate hitaishinah.
Manishinas santi nate hitaishinah.
Hitaishinas santi nate manishinah. Hitaishinas santi nate manishinah.
Hitaishinas santi nate manishinah.
Suhrucha vidvanapi durlabho nrunam.
Suhrucha vidvanapi durlabho nrunam.
Yathaushadham swadu hitancha durlabham.
Yathaushadham swadu hitancha durlabham.
Okay. So the poet is saying, Manishinah santi na te hitaishinah. Manisha is brilliance, intellect. Manishinah, Manishi is somebody with a great brilliance. Manisha is brilliance, intellect, discrimination, capacity to investigate, capacity to think, capacity to say brood over a thing, contemplate on a thing. So all that is Manisha. A person who has that Manisha is called Manishi. In fact, what we call Manishi is something similar only. Manushyaha, Manishi, if you say Manishi, is referring to, okay, he is an intelligent person, he is a wise person. For that Manishi, the plural is Manishinah. That is, there are people who are brilliant. Manishinas santi. Nate hitaishinah. Here this poem is talking about the situation of a king. The situation of a king, Nrunam. King means, okay, leave the word king, you take the substitute some modern equivalent. The modern equivalent is the ruler, the minister, the person, the political leader, let us say. For a political leader, there are people, there may be several people who are brilliant, but they are not his well-wishers. Nate hitaishinah. Hitaishi means a well-wisher. Hita, ish. Ish is the same as wish. The English wish is the same as Sanskrit ish. So hitaishinah. Hitam is your welfare. The people who wish your welfare, they may not be there. Then there may be some loyal people to you, but they are good for nothing. Good people, but good for nothing. So that is what they say. He is a good man, but good for nothing. So like that, there are good people. There are people who wish your welfare, but they may not be brilliant people. They may not be intelligent people. Manishinas santi, nate hitaishinas santi, nate manishinah. They are not manishinah. They are not people with intellect. Then suhrucha vidvanapi durlabho nrunam. Nrunam for the kings. For kings. Nrunam is for kings. Suhrutcha vidvanapi. Suhrut means somebody whose heart is with you. Suhrut. The Sanskrit word hrt is the same as heart. They are again related words. Hrut and heart. So Suhrut is somebody whose heart is with you, who has a good heart towards you. Suhrut is somebody who has a good heart to you. That is, he is a friend. And also a vidwan. Vidwan means a learned person. He is durlabhaha, very, very hard to get. So if we see some of our folk stories and stories like that, or rather history, you come across certain characters. We all know one very famous minister was there with Akbar. King Akbar had a minister called Birbal. Birbal, we look upon him partly as a joker, but he was a very intelligent minister. Most of these jokers, even in Shakespeare, there is a character called fool. So the Shakespearean character fool is not really a fool. He is really a wise fellow. Really a wise fellow, giving some sort of making some comments to the king. For example, if you take the king, take King Lear. So for King Lear, there is a fool who is always giving him some needling, some advice. So fool always reminds him of what he is, what foolish behavior he is indulging in. So like that in Shakespeare, you come across several in several places. You have the character called fool, who is not a fool, who is a wise man. So in fact, there is a big research on the fool in Shakespeare. But in the case of Akbar, the same thing is there. Birbal looks like a fool. equivalent to that Shakespeare's fool, but he is a very wise man. So he gives advice to Akbar several times. So if you look for Akbar and Birbal stories on the internet, you will get several stories. We have got several such people. For example, you know the king, very famous king called Krishnadeva Raya. He was a very, very famous king who ruled this land, this whole South India, almost the entire South India he ruled. And that kingdom actually they ruled for about 300 years, for more than 300 years. That kingdom, Vijayanagara Empire, they ruled this whole South India for more than 300 years. We don't read much about them. So one great king of that kingdom was Krishnadeva Raya. He had one person called Tenali Ramakrishna. So whenever Krishnadeva Raya was committing some folly, this man was giving some sort of advice. He was also a poet. This Krishnadeva Raya was also a poet, and also this Tenali Ramakrishna was also a poet. He was a poet, a satirist. So by being a satirist, he was able to correct the follies of the king. The king had certain personality weaknesses, certain weaknesses like going to certain women, etc. So this Tenali Ramakrishna used to advise him in a very strong way. So like that, you come across the stories of Tenali Rama. Even those stories are available on the internet, Tenali Rama and Krishnadeva Raya. So like that, you need a person who is your well-wisher and also an intelligent man. So there is no point having good people who are good-for-nothing people. There is no point having very brilliant people who are not interested in your welfare. So you should have a balance. So that is what any ruler, any person who is in power has to see. Not only that, it applies even to an organization. Even in an office, suppose you are a boss. So you need some people who assist you. You may not be a boss, you may be somebody who is working under him. But you should give an honest advice to him. So that way, if you are a friend and also giving an honest advice, you will be certainly liked. So for all situations, this shloka can be applied. So if we see any grammar or anything, of course, in the last line, Suhruchya vidvanapi durlabhon runam yatha aushadham swadu hitancha durlabham. The poet says that it is very difficult to have a person who is a friend and also a well-wisher, just as you do not have a medicine which is very tasty and at the same time very good. Yatha aushadham swadu. Swadu means something which is tasty. And also hitam, something which is for your good. So usually medicines are rather bitter. Even the present day medicines are bitter. Even in olden days the medicines were bitter. So they used to sugar coat it. It was called gudajihvika. They used to sugar coat it even in olden days, just as we now put them in capsules. They also used to put it in they used to do some sugar coating. It was called gudajihvika. So gudajihvika you swallow. So like that, the medicine which is sweet or rather tasty and at the same time which is helpful to you, it is very difficult to get. So that is how, in a similar manner, it is difficult to get a friend and also a well-wisher. Friend who is a well-wisher and also an intelligent man. So that is what the poem says. We'll here, of course, not much of grammar. Manishinaha, as I said, Manisha asyasti iti Manishi. So Manishinaha is plural of that. Hitaishinaha. Hitaishi is somebody who is your well-wisher. Hitaishinaha is the plural for it. Then Suhrut I explained. Hrut means heart. Vidvanapi durlabhon runam yatha aushadham swadu hitancha durlabham. So we'll read the poem again. Manishinas santi nate hitaishinah.
Manishinas santi nate hitaishinah.
Hitaishinas santi nate manishinah.
Hitaishinas santi nate manishinah.
Suhruchya vidvanapi durlabho nrunam.
Suhruchya vidvanapi durlabho nrunam.
Yathaushadham swadu hitancha durlabham.